Hello, and thank you for joining us for this edition of True Talk. Today we are in the True Home because in Taiwan we are on a near lockdown and we are trying to keep everyone safe by working from home. Today my topic is centeredness, and we know that centeredness is a very valuable quality in a leader. It's very inspiring. In fact, it's the most inspiring quality in a leader. When we are centered, it makes it easy for people who work with us to trust us and to feel connected to us. And we also know that centeredness is a state of mindfulness where we are focused, where we are calm, where we are present. We know that it involves good listening and empathy. So how do you know if you are centered? You might be surprised to learn that you don't come off as centered as you might think you are. But how do you know for sure? You ask people around you. You go to them and you say, look, I'm working on developing myself, and I would like some feedback on a couple of questions. And then you ask them 3 questions. The first question you ask them is, when there's a crisis, when the pressure is on, do I seem calm or not so calm? Where would you rate me on the calmness scale, maybe from 1 to 10? How calm am I? Second question, do you feel that when we are talking that I am really listening to you? Do I listen well? How well do I listen? Can you give me some feedback on that? Could I improve at all, or do you feel like I'm really focused? Third question, how well do you feel that I understand you? This is an empathy question. In other words, when we are talking, do you feel that I'm getting your point, that I'm focused, I'm paying attention, and that I do understand you, or not so much? So ask a few people, ask a lot of people. I think you'll be really interested in the responses. You may find out that you're actually more centered than you imagined, but you also may find out that you are not as centered as you'd like to be. So if you would like to become more centered, what can you do? 3 things. 3 areas, really. The first area, long-term maintenance of energy and health, and long-term focus on inner development. So this is going to be about the things that you eat, the way you manage your health with exercise and sleep. It'll also be about the things that you read and think about and the things that you do to develop your inner self. That's long-term. Second area is habits. So I work with a lot of executives that want to develop habits that support centeredness, like listening, and they'll simply have a mechanism in place to make sure that when it's time to listen, when they've decided to listen, they are really listening. For example, they may decide that the most important thing to do when it's time to listen is to put down the phone and hide turn it over. Or they may have some sort of a reminder that they carry around to remind them to listen and be focused. So you want to do whatever you can to develop habits that support things like being present, being calm, being focused, listening, etc. The third area is you need to have some sort of short-term fix or short-term approach to dealing with high-stress moments. So if something very stressful happens, you're feeling your emotions rising, you're feeling uncomfortable, you don't want to engage at this time, you want to quickly take a little rest and do something, have some way of calming down. It could be breathing, could be a 5-minute meditation, could be a quick walk where you listen to the birds, it could be calling a friend. You need to have something in place to allow you to stay calm during the day, because the stress will come. Great leaders will always encounter a lot of stress. The best leaders will have a way of dealing with that stress so that they are calm and centered and with the people that they are with. Thank you for joining us. See you next time.